Morning. I was out here just working in the garage getting stuff done, and I started thinking because I've seen a few other people's setups for as far as their garage or how they run their business or just their life in general. And I'm surprised that they're able to keep going at all. One big crucial thing that I put into all aspects of my life, or at least try to, is organization. You've got to have your stuff organized, whether it's your tools, your paperwork for your business, your garage setup, your just the stuff in your house, your finances. Organization makes things so much easier. And one kind of aspect of that is how I store my hand tools. So let me show you real quick what I do with those just to keep them up and out of the way, not being damaged, and they're readily available when I need them. So my garage setup is I keep all of the equipment on this side of the garage because this door never opens. My trailer's parked outside of it. I never use it. So all of the equipment is on this side of the garage, and I leave this bay open for working. Now my hand tools, I have them all hung up from that second door rack with just trampoline springs. So let me grab one of these. I'll show you how I do it. Now this setup is really easy to do. The trampoline springs I just got from, we got the neighbor kid. His parents gave us their old trampoline because they got a new one. So I kept all the springs once the thing ripped, and we threw everything else away. But I kept a bucket of the springs around just in case they might come in handy again, and sure enough they did. But I just take some string, in my case 550 cord, and I just tie it around the base of the engine here. This here, all of my stuff is Echo. So I just tie it around the base of this engine and just make a simple knot. I put it on the inside of the cables and everything. That way when it's hanging, it's not, messing anything up. And then all I have to do is this hook side. I just hook it right onto that string, and then when I hang it, I just hang it between the air filter and the gas tank, so that way it's not running into anything, rubbing up against anything, going to cause any issues. And then this other hook that's more of a circle, this side of it latches perfectly right up onto the lip of that garage door track. So super simple. So then when I need them, I just go over and get them. The spring, they just stay hanging up on the track whenever I'm not using them. So that way when I come in, I grab my trimmer, take the hook off, hook it onto that string, hook it on, and walk away. And then it makes it really easy too. When I need to move things around to get them out of the way, they're mobile. So if I need to, say, get the bike out to go somewhere, I just take everything, slide it out of the way, and now I can get the bike out. And then it works for, I've got it. This is my my edger, the Echo Power system. Got my trimmer, got a backup old trimmer. These are the attachments for the attachment system. And these work really well because they have these little holes right at the top of that attachment. These are just my hedge trimmers. And that little hook fits perfectly into that hole. And you just hook it right onto that track, and they're hanging and out of the way. For chainsaws, I just tie a little string, little 550 cord right to the end of the handle, and then it's out of the way. It doesn't catch on anything, hangs on the spring perfectly. And then as this thing is hanging, if you just take your chainsaw and set it right on the floor, it'll leak the bar and chain oil out, leaving an oil spot on your floor. Well, hanging it up like this, it doesn't leak any oil. Now, see, I've had this hanging here for a while. No oil spots. Just gets it up and out of the way. There's an old handheld blower that I started with that I don't use anymore. But you know, everything is just up and out of the way. That way it's not sitting on the floor, getting kicked, getting stepped on. There's no chance of any of that getting run over as I'm bringing machines in. Just makes it much easier, and I know exactly where they are. They're easily accessible, and they're out of the way. And that's just one aspect of organization in my garage. Everything's just, I know exactly where it is, so I never have to waste time looking for something, you know, just like my toolboxes. Like I know these in the tool cart are all of my most used tools. These are going to be the tools that I grab for pretty much every job that I'm going to do, whether it's on the truck, the vehicle, or my wife's car, one of the mowers, just anything. I know right at the top, there's going to be all of my wrenches. It's going to be all my sockets, the 1/4 inch drive, 3/8 drive, metric and standard, 1/2 inch drive, standard and metric. I've got my box of gloves there all the time. I know exactly where my ratchets are. If you need a Phillips head screwdriver, I know exactly where to look. It just makes everything so much easier to do. So if your life seems a little bit chaotic and you think that you're spending a lot of time just looking for stuff and every job that comes along seems like a hassle because you just don't know where anything is, try getting things organized little by little. It can be overwhelming when you have a bunch of stuff just everywhere and you think, where do I start? Pick a spot, pick one thing, and just start somewhere and start working your way through it. Get your finances in order, figure out what's coming in versus what's going out, where is the money going. If it's your tools, instead of just having a drawer full of sockets that are just tossed in there, start working on getting those organized, get everything separated, get everything lined up. It just makes everything way more efficient. It takes your stress level down to where you can breathe. You're not just surrounded by clutter and just stressed out feeling when you open up a drawer and just see a drawer that is piled up with stuff. Just get it all organized so you know exactly where it is, and then put it back exactly where it goes every time. Don't be one that just goes, okay, yeah, I got my thing done, pulled it out, and well, you know, I'll just deal with that later, and then you throw it down and you end up with a mess again. No, put everything exactly back where it goes, wherever you decide that is, and it will give you a lower stress life, much more efficiency in everything that you do. And yeah, so hope that helps. Y'all be good. Bye, baby.